Howdy everyone, it's UFO Bob. And as you just saw, I was trimming a tree. And actually I've been working on this tree for quite a while, but that's not the purpose of today's video. No, it's not. Let me swing the camera around if I can remember how. Yes, there we go. Hang on, there you go. Well, it's been quite a while since I've been live streaming, and so I'm a little rusty on operating everything. So please forgive me. This is kind of a difficult video to do for a lot of reasons. The bottom line here is I received a notice from YouTube that they are going to terminate my participation in the YouTube partnership program if I don't get my numbers back up in terms of the number of views I get monthly, and if I do not start putting out more content. And I can't blame them. The truth is, I haven't put anything up in, well, let's see, I want to say since March, April, May, somewhere in that area. I'd say it's about 6 months, maybe more. And there's good reason for that. And I'm going to try to go into all of that with you. So let me find a comfortable spot here where I can stand and shoot the breeze with you and bring you up to date on what's going on. And I suspect that I don't have very many content creators. Oh man, I can't even talk today. Yeah, all right. That's why I'm doing this. I've got to get back in the swing of things. That's the problem. I have been out of the swing of things for quite some time. And one of the things I want to do is get my glasses so I can read my notes. So bear with me here as I wander into my office and see if my glasses are here. And by golly, they are not here. So that's not good. So the question is, what have I done with them? Isn't this a fun stream? You have no idea what's going on. That's because I have no idea what's going on. You'll just have to go along for the ride. That's the way it goes with UFO Bob. Okay. Well, I don't see anything out here. Swing that around. There is something y'all see. You see that? I bought that a year ago about this time. And this as well. At least I opened this box. I haven't even opened the other box. That's a new gimbal. You see that? But I haven't had time to deal with any of this stuff for a lot of reasons. All right, let's see though if I can find my glasses, because I'm kind of confused at what happened to them. Maybe they're out here by the tree. We'll see, won't we? And if somebody's out there actually watching right now and you're leaving messages, forgive me, because I can't see. I am totally lost. All right. So, that's okay. Take a deep breath. Relax. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of this live stream, is to get back, shall we say, into the stream of things. But I have to admit, I would really like to find my glasses before I go much further. All right, hang on here, guys. All right. Let's see if they're in here in the kitchen. This is nuts because I need those glasses, so I have to find them. And I just had them not more than 15 minutes ago. Well, like I said, this is part of the live stream, and I'm boring the hell out of everybody, I'm sure, but it can't be helped. I'm sure you're getting a good giggle out of watching me wander around trying to find out what I've done with my glasses. This is really nuts. All right, tell you what. Hang on one second here. If nothing else, I have a backup pair, so I'm gonna grab them. Okay, this is my backup pair. It's not the ones I would like to use. In fact, you know what? I think I'm just gonna sit here in the office and continue the stream from here and tell you what's going on. How's that? Does that work for you guys? And of course, I like to have a good composition. I don't like the way it looks. I am so fussy about lighting and composition and all those things. And I don't want to be inside. I want to be outside. I'm stuck inside all the time. For those who don't know, and I'm sure that's most of you, I'm a professional photographer. I'm an automotive product photographer for a company called Classic Performance Products. In fact, I'll even show you one of the shots I did for this company not too long ago. Let's see if I can enlarge that. Can I enlarge that? There you go. So, Classic Performance Products manufactures steering, brake, and suspension parts for classic cars and trucks. And I do all their product photography for their website and their catalog and so on and so forth. So there's that. Boom. Now, I think what I'm going to do, in fact, I'll give you another shot here. This is an example of what I do. This is the area I work in. Now, this is a video, so it's supposed to play there. Boom, okay. Hey, at least the stream is starting to go a little smoother. You know, that worked, both those two shots. So let's see what else is there I want to show you. Because actually I put together several images to kind of bring you up to speed. As I said, I haven't been producing content for quite a while. There's a lot been going on in my life and the life of those around me. Most of it not too good. And a good example is my friend, about 4 or 5 months ago, I'm not quite sure how long it's been. It's like I said, everything's kind of a blur. Fell, and hang on, there you go. Let me enlarge that a bit for you. He fell, and he had a concussion. He was knocked unconscious. Hang on here. How do I do this? There we go. I want to get this. There you go. Come on. There we go. I'm trying to squeeze this down. I shouldn't have made it so big. There we go. Come over here, and there we go. We'll stick with that. Anyways, he fell, was knocked unconscious. He ended up with a hemorrhage in his brain, and they had to drill into his skull and siphon out the blood. And he was in the hospital for a couple of months, and they let him out, but they let him out too soon. And within a week, he was back in the hospital, and he was back in for another month as they continued to drain the blood. He's doing fine now. He's in good health. I just saw him, spoke with him yesterday. So that's all well and good. But I was taking care of him as I could. Now, not that I was there 24/7, but I was doing everything I could to help him out. Okay, what else do I want to show you? Okay, now yours truly has also been dealing with a few things. 3 things, actually. The most, well, I'm not going to say exactly one. Because I'm fair-skinned, I suffer from skin cancer, and this is a case of basal cell carcinoma. Now that looks horrible, but really it's not. That's really good. That's after I've had the ointment on for about 2 weeks. It burns away the cancer, and then that clears up. And so now I'm looking fine. But again, that was something I was dealing with, and I'm still dealing with a skin cancer. In fact, I recently had well, you can't see it. I'm going to show it to you. You can't see it too much. There's not much of a scar now, but I had surgery right here, and I will show you what that looked like. So here we go. Hang on. There we go. Come on. There we go. And that was just after they had stitched me up, and it took about 4 hours. It's called the Mohs procedure, M-O-H-S. And what they do is they cut and then do a biopsy of the tissue, and they check to see if there's cancer. If there's cancer, then they come back and they cut more, and they keep doing that until no cancer is found in the biopsy. And they ended up cutting much deeper and wider than I expected. And so I have a much bigger scar. And then on top of that, one of the strange things about pain that I learned because of this surgery and some other information, also my friend, when the body has too much pain, it will share the pain, shall we say, with areas nearby. Sharing the pain, as they say, right? There's a term for it. It's called referred pain. Look it up on the internet. You'll find out what I'm talking about. But it's a way of when the pain is too intense, it spreads out the discomfort, to make it easier for the individual. Even now, I still have pain. It's not bad. It's like right in this area. It used to go from here, and it kind of crept up around here like this, and then circled around up to this area. It was really strange. Now it's just pretty much localized to this area. So that was one of the things that was going on. And then my last one, isn't this fun? Old people talking about their health problems. But I'm actually pretty darn healthy. But I have one more thing to show you. Right. There we go. Boom. Okay. Now this is called an EEG, an electrical encephalogram. They put 35 leads on your skull, and you have to lay in a dark room for about an hour and a half while they monitor all these various signals and brain waves. And from that information, they can tell if you have certain problems in certain parts of your brain or your, fortunately, in my case, the things that sent me there to have this they didn't find anything. Let's put it that way, and that's good. But again, at the time, it was very concerning. Now, what else am I going to show you? Okay, now, what else shall I talk about? Okay, since I'm talking about things that are kind of a downer, I'm going to give you 2 more. and then we'll do some happy, fun stuff, okay? Many of you know that I have a love for Japan. That was on my first trip to Japan. I think it was 1984. I was working as a freelance writer, science fiction writer, for a Japanese magazine called Uchusen. The man who was the editor, who became my friend, his name is Saki Hijiri. He invited me over to the second annual Tokyo Science Fiction Convention. And I spent 6 weeks in Japan. And unfortunately, I learned that he passed away a few months ago. I went to write him, and then a mutual Japanese friend informed me that Saki had died. He had a cancer of some sort. I don't know the details, but you know, you reach a certain age and your friends start dropping off like flies, so to speak. Who knows? Maybe I'm next. Some people would like that. So what else do I show? Here's what this is. This is Saki, by the way. He's the gentleman with the long hair. We were both in our 30s at the time, and it was a marvelous times in Tokyo. And they took me all over. I've seen so much of Japan, but that's another story. Okay, so what's next? Okay, next thing I want to show you. Okay, now, here in California, we recently had cold weather and rain, and I finally got to use my fireplace. So now I'm getting to the cheery stuff. It's Christmas time, you know. I watch my traditional Christmas videos. Hang on. Boom, let me get out of that. And let's see, one more thing I'm going to get ready for. Yes. Hang on. Here we go. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to show you that fireplace is because the house I live in is a very old house. And as a result, the roof leaked. And fortunately, just a few months ago, in fact, you can see me there. You can see how bad the roof is, right? That's an old wood shake roof. In fact, so let me see if I can enlarge that a bit for you. Now, I'm outside again. I should probably just go into the kitchen and stand here and do this. It's probably a lot wiser, right? All right. So, as you can see, that roof, can you see how that's the original wood shake roof? It's probably almost 70 years old. And about a third of it had blown off. And as you can see those sandbags up there, that was because I was tarping the roof for the last 4 years, and it still didn't keep it out. And then as you can see here, I'm actually painting the fascia, which had blown off in one of the storms. And the irony is, only a month later, not that I'm complaining, hang on, I gotta get out of this. Again, this is always the fun part. There you go. Hang on, nope, not there. Okay, come on. Oh, well. Again, I'm relearning how to do everything, so please bear with me. Boom, okay. Oh, you don't want that, all right. So, all right. So, eventually, a couple of months ago, the landlord had a new roof put on, and it was a major deal. They had to replace beams, and it was almost a 2.5 week process. They were working 12-hour days, 6 days a week to do this, and but it paid off. When we had our first big rain, it's like I didn't have to worry about leaking in the living room or the dining room. For that matter, almost every room in the house. And let's see what else. So I want to show you. Hang on one second. There we go. Yeah. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you outside and show you the backyard, so you can see I'll show you what that side of the house looks like now with the new roof. So hang on here while I swing that over here, and I swing that over there, and I go to the rear. Boom. So now, ta-da! That is my new roof. Can you believe that? I wish you could have seen it in person, just how bad it was. It was horrible. About a third of that was gone, other than the tire paper that was underneath it. So this is now what see, there's that area I just showed you in the photograph, and now it's all fixed up. Yeah, so that's looking pretty good. All right, so now we've got that bit of business. See, these are all the things that have been going on in my life, which is why I haven't been, streaming. Who is this? Simon! Simon, it's so good to see you. At last! Hi, guys. Oh, man. That makes my day to see you two. Simon has a channel called Simon's Living Room, and he lives in Belgium, and Alas is in London, England. All right, here we go. I highly recommend you go watch their, well, Alas doesn't have a channel, but go watch Simon's show. He is consistent. Every Saturday morning, he is live from Belgium. So anyway, so now, what else do I want to show you? Hang on here. Let me swing the camera around again. I may just sit down here and shoot the breeze with you a little bit. Let's see here. How's that? Yeah. We're outside. It's kind of nice. Yeah, the traffic's, it's picked up a bit, but, that's the way it goes. So now what else do I want to show you? Now, one of the things I had to do, and you saw me at the beginning of the show where I was up the tree and I was trimming, that was for real. I've been trimming the tree for the last month, little by little. That tree, you can see that big blue area? That tree used to cover all that. The tree was growing into the roof. Literally, it was growing into the roof. And to be able to put that roof on, they trimmed back what they needed. But then after they were done, then I have come back in and I've continued to trim this tree. Let's see here. And you can gives you an idea of what it looks like. And there's still plenty more for me that I need to deal with. Let's see, all right, there's that. That's enough of that one. Boom. Okay, now let me get to the heart of the matter, because I know I touched upon it at the beginning of the stream, and I'm already into this for 24 minutes, and this is much longer than I had planned to go. But here's the deal, guys. YouTube sent me a notice that they will remove me from the YouTube partnership program, which means I will be demonetized because I'm not producing content regularly, and my number of views on my other videos have dropped. And I don't blame them. That's, I knew that was a likely possibility. I want to get back into streaming. I have 4 different videos that I have been working on edited content. I want to get those done. I want to get back in the swing of things. I want to kind of roll into 2026 being a consistent content creator again. But I'm going to need everyone's help, especially my regular viewers. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I have a lot of material on my channel. A lot of that I think is pretty darn good, but because the way the algorithm has changed over the years, I don't get the kind of views I used to. Now, part of that problem is me. I don't have a niche or a focus that most good content creators have, the ones who have big channels. All right, examples of a gentleman by the name of John Dobb. His channel, he's got 2. a live streaming channel called Only in Japan Go, and the other one is called Only in Japan. Everything he talks about is about Japan. It's something that people want to know about. He's not, talking about the USA or Afghan or anything else other about Japan. Me, I'm all over the map, and I've got to find a way to focus it down. The problem is, when I started this, and it's been 16 years, if you can believe that, I wanted to do sketch comedy, and so I created a character called UFO Bob, and I talked in a fake, accent, and I was doing UFO stuff. But to be honest, I like movies about UFOs, but it's not my focus in life. So what I'm trying to do now is cooking and travel and these live streams. So I'm asking for those who've managed to sit through this long, do me a favor, go watch some of my older videos, watch them all the way through, give me a like, leave me a comment, and my goal my plan is to live stream every few days, at least for until the end of the year. And to get at least one of my edited videos completed and online. Hopefully that's enough to get me back in good graces with YouTube, and they won't cut me off. I will be honest, there's a part of me that says, you know what? This doesn't make enough money for me to spend all my time and energy doing. But I do enjoy it, and so I want to continue doing it. But if they cut me down, if they take me out of the program, I probably will not continue producing content. I'll leave my channel up. There are other things I could be doing that would be more beneficial to myself and to those around me, but that's the plan. So again, there's a lot more I think I want to tell you, but we're already into this almost a half hour, so I'm going to wrap up. And you know what? I somehow there we go. You are there. I thought I had new comments. I wanted to make sure I got all the comments. Let's see. Okay, how are you, Bob? Well, I'm doing okay. I don't know when you posted that. Let's see. Well, I just had a cocktail and was about to edit my advert for tomorrow's show, and Bob popped up. Hey, and you're still there, Simon. That's wonderful. And yeah, okay. So Simon and Alas were talking to each other. All right, Simon, thank you for hanging in there. I do appreciate that. In fact, what I'll do is after I sign off and I do a couple of other things, I will make sure to put a link to your channel into the stream. So if people want to go watch you, they can. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for enduring this rather meandering live stream. There goes another jet about to land at Orange County Airport. I will wait till it's gone. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, hey, again, and do me one more favor. If you hung in here this long, could you leave me a comment if you've watched this after it's been live? Would you give me a thumbs up? Would you subscribe to the channel? And in fact, I'm going to show you one more thing. One more little thing here. Look at that. Now that, I hit 7,000 subscribers a year ago. And I was going to do a live stream about it. Never got around to doing it. So at least I get to have that thumbnail up. That's the thumbnail I made for it. And I'm now almost to 7,200. And if I stick with it, who knows? Maybe I'll hit 10,000. We'll see. Anyway, that's all there is. Let me get out of this. Boom. Okay, that's all there is. Thank you again for... oh, Alas is there too. Woohoo! Thank you, guys. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to sign out. Take care. Hopefully I'll be online again here in a few days. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.